But let's find out what the reaction on the ground is.
That's right. Our regional reporters are out and about for us now. We've got Ellie Costello in Ramsgate, Kent, and Will Hollis in Sutton in Ashfield in Nottinghamshire. Good morning, both. Ellie, starting with you, the reaction down there in Kent this morning.
Well, good morning to you both, and what an extraordinary morning in British politics. And we were here at the Royal Harbour in Ramsgate this morning when we heard that news that Prime Minister Boris Johnson will be resigning as Conservative leader later on today. We're expecting that announcement around lunchtime, and this is a true blue seat. People here backed Boris Johnson and they backed Brexit. 61% voted leave in the EU referendum, and it was under Boris Johnson's watch that Brexit was finally done. So speaking to people here this morning, they are big fans of Boris Johnson and are actually feeling very sad to see him go this morning. But the sense on the ground is that they do feel as if it was the right time for him to go. And Ramsgate, where we are now, is in the South Thanet constituency. It has been in Conservative hands since 1997, and in the 2019 election actually won 56% of the vote. So this is a blue area, a very affluent area, and very, very big fans of Boris Johnson, at least who we spoke to this morning. The word integrity kept being raised with people that we spoke to this morning. Ultimately, people wanted to trust the Prime Minister and trust in what he says, and people were saying to me this morning, ultimately, they couldn't do that anymore. But one last thing that people did keep saying to me this morning, and that is what happens after that initial shock reaction that Boris Johnson is leaving, is the fact that they're worried about the people of Ukraine, and they're worried about the people in this country who are struggling through the cost of living crisis. And that's what they're worried about now. Who will succeed Boris Johnson, and will they look after the Ukrainian people and indeed the people in this country who are struggling?
OK, thank you, Ellie. It's fascinating, isn't it, when you hear people out and about and what it is that they're concerned about. Will Hollis, you're out and about in Sutton, in Ashfield, in Nottinghamshire. What have people been saying to you this morning?
Yeah, just like Ellie, I was here waiting to report on what was expected from the Prime Minister today. Many people didn't expect him to be resigning. Many people here in this red wall seat of Ashfield that turned to the Conservatives for the first time in a very long time in 2019. They don't want to see Boris Johnson go. Of course, there are still people who never wanted him in. There are still people who are really reluctant to say that it's time for him to go. But a lot of people are saying that they voted for Boris Johnson, not just the Conservatives, not just to get Brexit done, not even for the local MP here. They voted for Boris. So I've been speaking to a few of the people about how they do feel this morning here in the news.
Well, it's done some good things and it's done some bad things. People don't see the good things it's done. What will be, will be.
My worry is who will take over from him. He's done a lot of good things, I think, but I can't cope with the lies that he's told. So I think it's time that he goes. I think that's appropriate, but who's going to take over? I've got one or two people in mind. I don't want to name them, it's not fair, but I've got one or two people in mind, and one or two people I don't want.
Yeah, well, lots of different views here today in Ashfield, and a lot of people are going to be looking at how they might vote next time, whether they even do vote Conservative, Labour at all, if they feel that maybe they've lost faith in the system.